I ain't lie.
All right, first of all, my brother.
Notes up here.
All right, first of all, my brother, it's a trap. All right, first of all,
with the white man.
Come on. First thing, what it is you know you was wrong talking about black women when the sun was shining on you. God was trying to tell you something. All right, when you was talking about the whole shit, the sun got bright in your room.
It's
he was trying to tell you something.
It's just an opinion.
God working mysterious ways. I love black women. I don't know about that. But anyways,
his mama black. My grandma black. Come on, man.
But what's your girl?
Oh,
exactly.
That's crazy.
Shut that shit up.
I have dated her. Boosie bad at no, let me stop. What's good, YouTube?
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Hey, what do you gotta tell Joe Biden right now? All right, what it do, YouTube? We appreciate you guys always clicking and liking and subscribing on our channel. This is Inside the Chat, season 2, episode 3. If you haven't seen it, go watch episode 2 right now. Definitely funny content. But in this topic, it's a little bit more serious. We're gonna talk about some top events that's happening right now, and then we got a really good question. So, if you guys don't know, we got KB, Keegan Brenton, Nick Thomas, and then Myra as our guest. She was on episode 2, so she's gonna definitely do it. I mean, obviously she's here with us again. And the first thing we're gonna talk about, we're gonna get straight into it. We're not gonna wait.
Let's do it.
All right. Come on. Are black educated women intimidating or misunderstood?
Now let me get a little something off my head real quick.
Okay.
They 100% misunderstood. I don't even think it's just educated women, but people of color. Like it's hard for a woman to show their true feelings because they come off weak, and if they come off loud, then they're ghetto. And that's so annoying, bro, from being around a whole bunch of black women. Like, it's just false. And if it's a white woman or something else, they don't get the same reaction. So I just don't like that stereotype of being ghetto if you're showing your feelings. But
it's a misrepresentation. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go real quick. Mine's not gonna be long. I think it is intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa!
I'll be honest. Look. I think it's a little bit. To me, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both, right? Only reason I say intimidating is because the standard that most from my experience, most black educated women, they have a very, very high standard, in my opinion. What they want from a man is, obviously to be everything that they are plus a little bit more, right? And it's kind of hard to find an educated, wealthy black man in the normal situation that they're in, like not normal situation, but a normal city that they're in or wherever they are. Normally, if you find a well-educated black man that's successful, whatever, he's going to be he's not going to be in Hammond, Indiana, or he's not going to be in Olivet College. Like, it's just not going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of hard to have that expectation as a young black woman in general for somebody who you won't meet until you're in your 30s. Honestly, to me, it's intimidating when you run across people that are like that.
So when you say intimidating, you're not saying like physical.
No, intimidating as in like it's hard to compete. I mean, to try to like, because as men, we want to be the provider. We want to be the man. We want to be when something goes wrong for you to go to me. Like I love independent women, but I don't
have a problem with you being an independent woman. Yeah. Just know if we are there,
like I need
like count on us still.
Yeah. Like I want you to be able to count on me. And if you already on that level and I'm a little bit below you financially and a little like say if you already got your master's and your doctorate and I'm working on in the beginning of my master's, like I don't need you to make it seem like you shunning me because you decide like because I waited 4 years to start my master's. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I feel like if I run across that, like, well, I have ran across that to where it's like I feel lower mentally, and I don't want to look at me as me being insecure. or me not having confidence in myself. I got a lot of confidence, like, you know what I mean? But to me, I feel a little bit like it is intimidating when if I was to talk to a well-educated,
right,
beautiful Black woman, because I feel what's already a stereotype. And to me, I always hate when people make it seem like a stereotype isn't something that we cannot, like, you can't help it sometimes. Like as much as we try to stay away from stereotyping people and not trying to like put prejudgment on people, and you naturally do that anyways. If a Black person stole your car one week and the next week you get a new car and a Black person walks past it, you're going to naturally think that person might try to steal your car. Naturally. That's a natural instinct. So I don't want people to make it seem like having a natural instinct or having some type of prejudges to something is a wrong thing to have. So based on my previous situations talking to Black women, that's the kind of effort I've been getting back or the type of feeling or vibe I've been getting back, that you're way more educated than me. You're making way more money than me. I can't provide for you because you already have that stability. And what am I adding to
right.
you? What am I adding to you?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like, if you know you a little lower, just don't disturb her peace, especially if she's peaceful. Just leave her alone. Like, you don't need to fuck up her life mentally and physically if you can't bring something to the table.
What do you mean? What do you mean disturb? So what do you mean disturb her peace? Because
if you can't help her in more ways than one, just leave her alone.
But what if she's coming after you? What if she wants you? What if she's like,
if she wants you, then that's different.
But I don't know. She's showing
if she's showing interest, that's different. But if you just shooting your shot at her, trying to get with her, then and you have no chance, you're trying to just fuck her and leave her. Just
no, I'm not. Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. Yeah, we're not talking about that. I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying, but like, just even trying to get to know her, just leave her alone, bro. That's how I feel. I don't know how. I don't like that.
I like it. I get it, but I feel like that shouldn't be how it is.
That should be for everybody. If you can't help them, why waste our time? We too old just to be wasting people's time.
That's crazy, because I thought I was the third nigga in this whole trio.
My fault, KB.
And niggas out here just talking over on my spot.
You can go, bro.
No,
I'm waiting because I actually want to hear like.
Let Myra go.
I want to hear what King guys say, because I want to hear like what all y'all have to say, and then
she gonna tear us apart.
Everybody shit.
She gonna fuck us up. Come on.
All right, first of all, my brother.
You know something here.
All right, first of all, my brother, it's a trap. All right, first of all, first thing what it is you was wrong talking about Black women when the sun was shining on you. God was trying to tell you something. All right. When you talk about that whole shit that Sean got brought in your room,
it's just an opinion.
Y'all working mysterious
I
ways.
I love Black women.
I don't know about that.
But
anyways,
his mama black.
My mama black. My grandma black. Come on, man.
But what's your girl?
Oh,
exactly.
That's crazy.
Shut that shit up.
I have dated a Black woman before.
Stop playing with me, boy.
I have dated a Black woman, and she was educated.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Come on, Keegan.
All right, so look, I like educated women in general. It don't matter like Black, white. It don't matter. I just like educated women in general. As far as what Nick was talking about, like bring something to the table, I feel that, but. Right, like I feel what you're saying. I feel that. I feel like that's 100% right. If she's higher on status than you, you make it a little bit lesser. You might not have your shit together. Cool, but what am I supposed to strive for then? Am I supposed to strive for these crab in the bucket ass people? You know what I mean? Pulling me down and shit like that. Why can't I strive to be higher? Why can't I be on her level? Why can't she be like, you know what? Hey, I got my shit together. Let me help you with your shit just a tiny bit. Make my life a little bit better. Therefore, the whole circumstance and environment can be better around us. Instead of me crabbing the bucket, oh, you ain't shit, boom. Oh, you doing this, boom. Oh, you get another job, boom. Like, it's like, bro, I want to do my own shit. I want to follow my own dreams. I want to do my thing.
See, but I
want to get my degrees. And
what
everything.
You're saying doesn't I'm not saying, okay, not all Black. Most educated women in general. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
or successful when you're trying, like what you just said, how you want them to, like, since you're trying to go up, like help you, right?
Yeah.
Most of them won't feel like they feel like they didn't get help. They didn't like, and this is just my opinion, okay? Jesus, I feel like they didn't, because I feel like I'm looking at Myra's response, like patient thing, but most educated, successful women, Black women, didn't have that help, didn't have that hand helping out like that. most of them don't. I mean, I want to say they don't have empathy, whatever. But I feel like when you come in with your dream or whatever it is to be a streamer, whatever like that,
look,
it's hard for them to.
I'm not personally as me saying, yo, be my mother for like 4 years and then we can work on something. Okay. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if a nigga is struggling, like if I'm struggling to get this piece in on fucking time to get my master's degree, you know what I mean? We can spitball some ideas. I'm not gonna take every fucking thing.
I'll pay the Wi-Fi.
Write it down, type shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. But like, if I need help in certain areas, just, you know what I mean? Give me an Now I'm not saying to be my fucking mom. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying little nudge, just a little bit. But again, for me personally, as we saying, is black women intimidated or is it misunderstood? I feel like they're misunderstood. Personally, that's just me. I feel like they're misunderstood, and we need to be better representation of our black queens, our black young queens out here. We're young kings.
I feel like y'all making me seem like I'm just like.
No. You
know you was wrong.
Okay. It's just an opinion, and it doesn't mean that I'm right.
That's cool. Let's get it, Myra. Okay. Let's get it.
Okay. So
RJ.
She got her notes out.
What Thomas said.
Okay, so no. For I was about to say what Thomas said, like going on. No, okay, but first off, going off by what Nick was saying at first, and he was saying how like other women don't really get the flack of being assertive or being not necessarily aggressive, but just being like that boss lady as black women get. Yep. And I actually seen a video about this. It was actually other women talking about it, how they said like a black girl, black woman, we can be like assertive, let you know, like, this is what this is, this is what it's not. I'm not dealing with this or anything like that. And we get judged as like, she got an attitude, like she expects people to do like this, but you don't get that fight from Latina women, you don't get that fight from white women or any other culture, because like they look at that like, oh, she look sassy, like I like that. But they look at the black woman, they're like, nah, she got an attitude, like
she ratchet. Like she ratchet.
Right, and everything like that. And I'm like, I was like, I don't like that, because when I tell you, no matter anybody, no matter what color you are or ethnicity, whatever, there's people are raised many different type of ways. I've seen the ghettoest white girls ever. I've seen the ghettoest black girls ever, and I've seen a girl that's black and you talking to her on the phone and you thinking you talking to a Karen, like not like a Karen as in like she a bad, but like just a white girl. Mm-hmm. I've seen that from all of it. So I hate the fact that when a black woman like let you know, I'm not dealing with this, and if you gonna come in my life, and how he was saying, like, we want people to be our peace. Like, even if you're not doing, well, me personally, how I am, I feel like it was this quote that I seen: a good woman can be with you while you're up there, but a boss woman will help you get there. Like that process up to like getting you up to there. Like even what Keegan was saying, like, oh, like I want somebody that like I want to strive for better. Like, and that's good. But I see that, but a woman that actually already have her, she want to see that you're actually striving. Like, not the fact that like, oh, well, so you already got this. Like, can you tell them to hook me up like that? Like, no, like, yeah, I help you, but I want to see you actually out there doing it yourself as well. Because like you said, Thomas, like not all black women, educated black women, had that help. And like as in relationship wise, or even some family wise, some people like really had to like pull their boots up and like really work for it.
You really gotta grow up.
And everything.
A lot of households gotta grow up faster.
Exactly. And thank God I did really have like a good support system in my family and everything like that. But also I learned from my experiences, I learned from other people's experiences, and I just know like what I personally not going to deal with. And I'm not saying I'm not a person that be like that's picky or just like I'm just like, yeah, if like Tom was like Nick was saying, if you not bringing peace to me, like, because I am perfectly peaceful by myself. So like not even like the financial thing or anything like that. Like I want somebody like if we could just sit down, have an intellectual conversation, and it's just go, even we have disagreements, but we can talk it out and be like, okay, I understand where you come from, like this and then like that's what more like strong educated women want. Like they want that. And also when it comes to just being independent in general, and people think like, oh no, like she thinks she's too good or anything like that. Like no, like because even now we want strong men too, but we want to know the fact that we can be vulnerable with you. Like, because I'm a strong person. I'm not like that extra loud person, but if I feel the need of something, I will speak on it. And don't put it in his face like that. Like I will speak on
I
it.
know you.
But like I want, right? Like, but I want that. Like I want somebody that be like, you know what? Like I know. Okay, point like example. If say I'm out with my friends, something like that, and there's just like some irritating men that just can't just come at you or anything like that, and if I know that I'm there with like my boyfriend or anything like that at the time, and I could just look at him and be like, and I know that I don't have to get up like do it back up type stuff. Yeah. Like I know that he's gonna do it because I know I can do it, but like you just the fact that like you know that you can be vulnerable with that person. That's kind of like how that is. And with
I'm glad you said that.
I'm glad because you hitting on the nail.
Hold on, Gary Bear, because a lot of people, not just women, they act like they can't have help because they've done everything on their own. Like it's okay to ask for help, but go on, Gary.
It's to me, what you're saying is exactly what needs to be said, but I feel like it's not representing what I've experienced. In my opinion, right?
I think like, that's where another reason, like people take their, like not saying you, but some people take their experiences and put it to everybody in that same general like thing. That's why I hate when people like when I hear what girls say, "Oh, all niggas ain't this," or dude like all girls ain't this.
All niggas ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit.
Hey, hit him with the Cat Williams.
You also you can say majority.
You can say fuck with ain't shit.
But exactly. You got some ain't shit pussy.
Or the type of dude if you're going at the same type of person.
Right. You're in some people like when if you're a negative person, you're gonna draw negativity to you. Or sometimes you may draw like a positive person to you, but your negativity is just gonna push them away. And you're like, okay, well, like this and that. I'm like, no, like change your attitude if you want to change the environment. That's
change your mindset.
Like, that's all it is.
And
exactly. So even like when Nick was saying that like people don't like help. Sorry, Thomas, but people don't like help. Right. But me, like, I'm not a person that I don't like to ask for stuff because that's just how I am. The fact that I always more so because like just how can I like saying like I had to do like stuff myself. Me, I would help anybody that I'm close with. Like if I know in like you're like my brother, my sister, or anything like that, like I'm there to help you. And just how I am, I personally never felt the need, like not necessarily felt the need, but I personally felt like I never want to be a burden on people. But like Cora is just saying, like if I really, really need the help, I know like the close people I can go to and everything. It's just that independent strength in me. Because once again, like I was raised by a Black independent mother, and she was strong. When I tell you that woman would work anytime, like legit, if it was not no like medical reason, and even that, like sometimes we like, Ma, no, you need to stay home and chill out. She's like, no, I'm good, I'm going to work. And she will work. And that's where I got that from and everything. And all my siblings, we all like that. We will work. And even though we'll complain about our job all day if we like hate it, but we will get up and go to work because we got stuff to do. But we know like if we really, really need that help, then like, because I will go out before I would ask somebody for help if it wasn't like something like super, super serious type stuff. But yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting to that point where just allowing somebody to be there for me. But then again, I need to find somebody that I know for sure I could be vulnerable with, so I can be like, hey, like I need this help real quick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is a very select few that I have like that. But relationship wise and like significant other wise, like finding that person and somebody else, because I've had people tell me, nah, I think sometimes you can be too independent. I'm like, how? Like in me personally, how I am, I can say I'm one of the most understanding people ever. Like I don't know how other people perceive me. This is how I perceive myself. Like because I've had many people that I'm cool with. Thank you. Like I have like many people that I'm cool with or just like been around, and I never try to judge somebody or where they're in their life because like you don't know their backstory, anything like that. Like you don't know why they got there. You don't know what experience they've been through to make them have like certain mindset that they have. Yeah, it's some things that they say like you like this and this and that. I'm like, okay, but look at it this way. And like I'll never tell them like, you're wrong because this and this and this and that. I'm like, okay, that's how you feel, but look at it this way. Like, how do you feel like other people think? Because y'all experiences is not the same. Yeah. So that's how like with me being misunderstood and being intimidated, and like how Thomas you were saying, like some women are intimidating, but I feel like people think some women are intimidated, like educated women are intimidated because of the fact that like it's been such push on society to be, well, men have to do this, men have to do that. So when they see women doing it and they're not necessarily at that level yet, they like, oh dang, wait a minute, I don't know if I could really like mess with her because I don't know if
behind
she'll
type shit.
allow yeah. Like, so and that's the thing, it depends on the maturity of that person, because you could be a successful educated Black woman, but if you still immature in your head, talk about I'm gonna need my man to do this and I'm gonna need him to be all the way up here, stuff like that. Like, okay, how's that part? Like, how, like, if you could have somebody to have you making 6 figures, living the best life or whatever, but they treating you like crap. But you have somebody that you can, like, you know, that love you, truly love you, and actually be there for you, and both of y'all build together. And even if you are a little bit above him, sure, you see him working, build with them, help him out a little bit. Not saying, like he said, not be his mama, but him out just a little bit, and then you just see the type of love that you gonna give to each other, because you know the fact that, like, okay, this person down for me for real. So I think that's kind of like how
Mara put my shit right in there. She just connected my shit.
I do got one question though.
That is not what you were trying to say, kid.
I got a question for that. Was
kind of a little bit.
You added your part in at the end. Do you think? Do you think? When it comes to obviously Black women, educated or whatever, when it comes down to it, that because you guys kept bringing up you guys kept bringing up like peace, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel with every guy, not just Black guys, not just white, every guy, all we want is peace, right? That's what I feel like. So for you guys to say that that's what Black women want, or educated, successful Black women want, I don't think that's exactly to me, because it's feel like it's so many girls that will complain about their guy being on the game all day, or complain like the guy goes to work, makes money, comes back, plays the game. There's so many people that would complain about that. Not just, this is just all women complain about that. Yeah. But that's peace. There's no argument. Yeah. There's no, you ain't gotta worry about him cheating. You ain't gotta worry about peace. Yeah. It's our peace. And I feel like, but to me, like
everybody's perception is
not everybody accept that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So what like, is that's the question I'm asking. So what is the successful Black woman's version of peace? Because to me, our peace is obviously no arguing, and not, to me, when it comes to peace to us, being submissive. Like, you don't have to, what you said, be that person to loudmouth or try to talk to somebody and try to tell somebody like, no, you don't need to, like what you said when you were sitting at dinner with your man, whatever, and you can look over and be like, I can do that. Like, I don't need you to try to, like, I got this, type thing. Like, or same thing around the house, right. Or anything like that. I want to, the biggest thing with men in general, they want to feel like they are the man. Like, as much as you are successful, as much as you are, exactly, needed. As much as you are successful, you're doing your thing, whatever. If we don't feel like we are needed, or feel like we are in control, or have a little centerpiece of the control, when it comes to not control, I don't want to word that way, but when it comes to like having
the leader, not the boss.
I'm the leader, like, yeah, exactly, being a leader, not the boss. Right? If we don't feel like we have that, then it feels like to me the relationship feels like, to me, most guys wouldn't want to be in a relationship. That's just my opinion. I don't know, but I feel like when it comes to guys, we want peace, and we want someone who can be submissive when it comes to serious situations, or when it comes to sex or anything like that. Like, so what is your definition? Or if you want to give the overall broad successful Black woman, because you are successful, definition of peace.
Everything, because really it could be different for a lot of
everybody's perception of peace is different, bro.
Yeah, because mine, like me, I could be home listening to music or just watch TV, and I'm really
chilling.
Some people, they like it can be art, it can be just music, and like how you say, like in a general sense for guys, it's the game and everything like that. Because even when you out working, that's like not even just peace, it's just a stress reliever. Like, y'all just get everything y'all can get out in the game. Me personally, I've seen many girls too like complain about he on the game too much, he ain't give me no attention. I'll be like, well, sometimes like, dude, they want to play the game, but then they still want their girls to be right there in the room, just the fact that they're there and just that company of them, and that could be their piece. And me personally, I have no problem if I'm just sitting chilling in the back on my phone while my boyfriend playing the game, and I'll be right there. I'm like, you winning? Like, it really depends on like how like that woman is. But I probably would say in a general aspect with educated women in general, peace, I would say, I don't know, probably sometimes it's just talking to their friends. and it could be that, and sometimes just talking.
The group
like,
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, or and like even with a significant other, like talking to like whoever you're with and everything. I think that too, in a general aspect of what women think is like, everybody like, oh, I want him to talk to me, I want him to do like this and that. Everybody's different, because me, I'm like, yeah, like we should have like that talking time, but also we should have time so where we're like, okay, well, take like regroup to yourself, like have
Yeah.
yourself
Take an
time.
hour, niggas.
Yeah.
I think
have
we
your
touched.
time.
I think we touched on that when Bree was on the show. Like, even if we're on the game and you just in the back chilling, like it's still our quality time. Just being in the presence, just being in the presence of
there you go, Nick.
Your other, like.
Actually, I remember because I watched that.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Bang! Look at him.
I watched that one. Yeah.
That was
Even
good.
say, I think y'all talk about Thomas and you saying like even when you're like in different cities at a time for some reason, and just being on the phone with that person.
Yeah,
like
just
when
a
you know
quick
you have that
FaceTime.
type of vibe. Like, yeah, like you had or say if it's y'all on the phone for a couple hours, but when you know you have that type of vibe where like it's not an awkward silence, but it's just y'all not talking for like a little bit. But you're not like, okay, they ain't saying nothing, so I'm gonna get off the phone. Like you just like, okay, well, shoot, we just ain't saying nothing for right now. Like, no, but everybody don't have that mindset like that. So yeah, but I don't know. Really, I kind of feel like it's kind of different because with majority of guys they play the game, but for women, it's more so depends on like how they are.
It might be makeup tutorials or writing in a journal. It could be so much other things. Working out. I know a lot of girls are on their fitness stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
You could be hitting the gym.
Watching murder shows, trying to murder your ass in the sleep.
I think that's a big one, Keegan. I don't know what it is about.
My mom watched them joints. I be down.
I ain't gonna lie. I like documentaries and stuff.
Bro, no, like crime shows,
women.
like actual, like
bro,
they got away.
Murder.
Murder. Capital murder.
I watch documentaries about a lot
of stuff.
No,
murder and getting away with it, and they still trying to figure out 20 years later.
20 years later, my mom's like,
and I ain't gonna lie. I think that's probably why Criminal Minds is one of my favorite shows. I think that's why probably like Criminal Minds is like one of my favorite shows.
Yep, good to know.
Everybody out there. No.
Everybody out there.
We know I'm not your favorite show.
Hey, that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Shamar boys.
But I ain't gonna do none of that stuff. Like
that's funny.
But
that boy Shamar here feeling a large T-shirt for 30 years.
That's funny. All right, so that was definitely a good topic. I appreciate everybody that put on that. That was crazy. If you got any continuing comments or anything you guys want to, no, I'm talking about the watchers, the viewers. Please comment or hit us up, DM us, say something that we didn't talk about, or hit us or get mad at me or get mad at Nick for something we said or whatever. I don't care. Just make sure you guys, if you guys have anything you want to say on that,
because it's gonna be something somebody go disagree on. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This is all our just opinion based on what we've been through in our lives, or who we've dated, or who we haven't talked to, or why we didn't date somebody, or why we are dating somebody in general, whatever. Like, just opinion. Don't take it too serious and nothing like that. We got Myra on here because she's educated, so we got the source.
About what I said.
But next thing we're gonna get into is definitely something that's definitely going worldwide right now, and that's Jackson State flipping the number one recruit according to 247sports.com.
Number one, number two, same thing.
Travis Hunter. Either way, he's the top 3, top 2. I mean, overall player in high school, being flipped from Florida State to Jackson State. This is huge. I think this is huge. I'm not. To me, okay, this is another thing going off the. I'm not a huge HBC supporter. Not saying that I don't support it. I mean, I don't support it, but let me read. God damn it, I support it, but I wouldn't want to go to one. Is what I'm saying.
We had that convo before.
Yeah, because we had the conversation. I don't want to say I don't support. I do support Black excellence and people doing it. I just wouldn't want to go to one because I wouldn't want, like, to me, I don't know. I always feel like when I'm talking, I feel like I'm just like,
I don't get how I'm the lightest nigga here, and I
support it. I just wouldn't. To me, I just wouldn't want to go to one. I'm in I'm in an anti-verse. I'm in a fraternity like where we were the first minorities fraternity in Alabama history. Like,
okay, cool.
Like,
Nick,
you know what I mean? Like, but
Nick, would you go to HBCU?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I just wouldn't like.
Would I go to one?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Myra, would you go to one?
So why didn't y'all go? So
no.
Okay, y'all. Okay, no. Because you saying that, but why didn't y'all go to one?
Me
because I had a 2.1
GPA.
GPA.
No. Did you apply?
Yeah, I actually applied.
Yes, I
Yeah.
applied. Yes, I actually applied to one.
To what? Which one, Keegan? Huh? What'd you apply to?
FAMU.
Okay, so why didn't you get in?
Grades was shitty.
Okay, so why didn't they let you in? You black.
My grades was shitty, Thomas.
Okay, so how'd you get in all of that? How'd you get in all of that?
Nigga, I don't know.
Exactly. So that's why it's okay that I went to a different school. It's okay that I didn't go to a.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not okay. You would know.
I didn't apply.
Why would you not go to HBCU if you had the opportunity to? If I had the opportunity to go to FAMU, they was like, hey, yo, my nigga, you here? Guess what? Y'all black. I would have never been friends. I'm in FAMU.
To me, I support, and I would always support black excellence and black, everything, Black Lives Matter, all that type of stuff. But to me, it's like, I don't want everything in my life to be circled around me being black. To me, I don't want everything that I do, and people be like, "Oh, he's black. That's why. Oh, he has. Oh, that's. Oh, he went to HBC. That's why he did that." Like, no, I want me to be. I want me to be who I am based on who I am, not because of what my skin color. Like, I don't want to go to HBC because I'm black, or I won't want to go to an all-white school and be the one black guy there because, so I'm stand out. Like, I just want to go to a school that I enjoyed, when I got recruited, they didn't recruit me because I was a black guy. They recruited me because I was a good football player. Like, to me, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's why, like, I don't know. To me, I don't want to choose my education based on my race. Like, I want to choose my education or choose what I want to do in my life based on who I am, not what my color is. So that's why I don't care if I went to one or not. If I was around one in my family, and then also I don't have any family members that I know of that went to one and was in my life to tell me why it was important to go to one or persuade me while I was younger. You know what I mean? So I got to grow up and not experience none of that. I didn't want to pledge a fraternity in general, especially, I mean, I watched a lot of movies when it came down to it. So I didn't want to do that either. And then I got talked into it. So I'm easily persuaded when it comes to certain things, if it makes sense to me, but I wasn't raised in a household to where I had that type of structure of, my dad went to Grambling State and all that. And it's like, it ain't like he talked about that a lot. I don't even know if Grambling State is an HBCU. I think it is, yeah. But it ain't like he talks about it a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I had that structure, or say my dad went to HBCU and that's all he talked about, maybe, you know what I mean? Because maybe he would have implemented that into me when I was younger or something like that and explained the importance of it. But I never had that. So it's like, I don't want what I choose in my life to be because of what color I am. Maybe I would have had more resources there. Maybe I would have had more support. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know those type of things if it's not experienced, if it's not given to me, if you want, not given, but here, motherfucker, door right here. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I want to make sure I'm wording what I'm saying, right? Because I don't want people to look at it like I'm like saying no to it, but I never had it presented to me. So it's like, and like what HBCUs are around in Chicago or in Michigan or in Michigan. You know what I mean? So it's like
nothing.
You know what I mean? So it's different that we're in the Midwest because we don't get to really truly experience the, down south and like those.
No, there's one in Ohio, but I get what you're saying. There's not a lot.
So,
there's not a lot where we're from. If we're from Atlanta, then there's
maybe 100%. It's a little different. Like, and it's just I support it because I feel like this is a huge thing when it comes to, understanding that you don't have to go to a top, powerhouse school to be successful in football.
Central State is in Ohio.
Yeah. You don't have to be go to Florida State to make it to the NFL. You don't have to be at Florida State to show that you're a good player. You know what I mean? Like, you can go to one of these HBCUs to where you're gonna get educated. When it comes to everything, not just all black, but you're gonna get educated, and you have a coach like Coach Prime, and his coaching staff is all crazy. He said over 80 some years of coaching and NFL experience. So you're gonna get coached, you're gonna get educated, and then you got athletes that are around you. Like, this is a huge thing.
But I don't think, because he was committed to Florida State first, where Deion was gonna coach. And then the fact that Deion is the best corner ever and he's a corner, I don't think it matters that he's at Jackson State. I think he was gonna follow Deion wherever.
Yeah.
So I don't think
I did not know that he was gonna try to coach at Jackson. Oh no, I did see that.
He was at Florida State.
No, I seen that.
Yeah.
Didn't he get home?
No, they were, because I forgot.
I think they just hired somebody else.
Yeah, it was one of the dudes who was who was the donors for Florida State, and he was like, "Why didn't we hire him in the first place?" Like, for Florida State, he was one of the donors for him was asking why didn't they hire Deion as the head coach from the get go.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did find out was that there's a lot of NFL like Hall of Famers
Yeah.
that came from HBCUs.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. You got Michael Strahan, Richard Dent.
I think T.O.
I don't know if T.O.
I think
I
T.O.
didn't see
went
him.
to
Jerry Rice did. Jerry Rice and
Jerry
Walter
Rice.
Payton.
Okay.
And Stephen McNair. All those, like, these guys are like, when you hear those names,
household names.
Yeah, those are not like no baby names in the NFL. Those are like Hall of Fame, top 3 in their position, top 5 in their position, type names. And to hear those guys and that they came from, Jackson State or small, HBC schools like that, whatever, it's a huge thing to see. And I mean, it goes on record. You see all these reporters and all that saying like, oh, there will never be a top 5 guy in the rankings go to HBCU. He just wouldn't do it because if he's trying to go to the NFL, he wouldn't go there. And now you see these type of things happening. I
think that's a social media type thing because kids these days, they just want clout. They want to be on TV. So if you do go to Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, you're going to be on TV. You're going to be on ESPN every week, other than Jackson State, where you might get an ESPN 3 game. True. And it might be, and sometimes they show the games late, like they'll show it at night and the game is played in the morning. So I think that affects a lot too. But it's a great deal for sure. Congrats to Deion for getting him. I hope it worked out.
Did you see what he said though earlier?
They said they was on Shock the World.
Yeah, he was on Shock the World. So he was pretty confident. He was definitely pretty confident.
I want to know if he's actually going to stay at Jackson State because his son is the quarterback at Jackson State. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah, he not. Yeah, that's. I think that's just.
My brother actually went to Jackson State. I had a brother who went there. He was in the band. Mm-hmm.
The bands. People show up for the band's halftime show
more than anything. Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah, I know. I know today they're playing in the
and they getting
in the championship. Right, they're losing.
They getting blown out.
They were just up 7-0 when I was watching. What's the score?
You just said 7-0. Last time I checked, they were down big. Hold on.
Anyways,
they lost 31-10.
Ooh, that's tough. To South Carolina State? They lost to South Carolina State. That's tough. One thing about that game too is what I was watching is I feel like a lot of that was the coaching. From when I was watching, I watched the first half only. And a lot of that was just it was like about 3 instances where it was like 12 to 13 people on the field at one time.
That's not
to
good.
me. Anytime that happens, that's not the players. That's the coaching. I mean, you're trying to change, and this is on defense, like red zone, like they're trying to change personnels and stuff like that. Like anytime that happens. But
you gotta think Deion only been there for a year, so
he
hasn't had a full recruring class.
Yeah, and most of the time it's not. Deion's not changing the personnel on defense in the red zone. Like that's not. No. He's sitting on his. I mean his because he's hurt. I mean he's sick right now.
Yeah, he got like a broken foot or something.
Yeah, so he's sitting down, and most of the time he's letting other coaches do all the stuff. But I just feel like. Anyways, when it comes to the HBCUs, like this is a big thing, and I think this is just one step moving forward. The other guy, it was an NBA guy, not NBA, a top high school recruit that decommitted and went to Howard.
Thon Maker, little brother.
Yeah. So that's another big one, and I want this is just going to be something that's going. I just want overall it not to mean where you come from. Like it shouldn't matter what school you go to, where you from, or anything like that. If you good, like. The NFL should be doing a good job recruiting. Like they did the same thing when it came to Walter Payton and Michael Strahan and those guys. They went there and recruited those guys. Like they heard about them and recruited them.
I think it's going to be a lot more players going to HBCUs now since you can actually get paid.
Yeah.
And play. Because like if you go to a top-rated school, you're getting more benefits because the campuses are bigger. Yep. But if you get money in your pocket, it won't matter because you can just go get it yourself.
Exactly. And you think Jackson State ain't getting no money now?
Oh, they most definitely are.
Like they getting
paid.
They're doing the thing now. So like to see them like truly like being on ESPN and like getting nationally televised like situations where obviously recruiting this kid and everything like that's huge. So
not even the aspect. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go.
Go ahead, Myra. Go.
I was saying like not even aspect of sports, but not everybody can deal with like big classes like how HBCUs have and everything.
Sure.
Like when we was asking us like, will we go to HBCU? And then we replied like, I actually had a partial scholarship for the dance team at Kentucky State University, but financial wise, and I know how I am with learning and everything. I can't do really big. I can't do really big like lecture halls and everything. And I know for sure, I want my professors know who I was, like not just like a number.
That
Low
might be
key, like their
100% why I
tuition was
chose it.
kind of up there. Yeah, and so when Olivet recruited me for 3 different sports, not even just volleyball. Even though I went there and started playing volleyball, they recruited me for volleyball, cheer, and track. But I decided just to do volleyball there. And then of course when we made the dance team, I did that.
Right.
But yeah, so like I was like, yeah, so is it Michigan? So I know for sure that tuition is not as much as because their out-of-state tuition, even with that partial scholarship that I had for the dance team, was still more than what I was paying at Olivet.
Yeah.
So I was like, ugh. And then like just going there, the campus was smaller, so I know like I'm not about to get lost going to class, and I know
that's a big part of
professors that they had it. Yeah, and that's what I thought. But of course, not everybody think like that. They thinking like, oh, college, let me go to a big school. And
they want that big environment.
A lot of people just
they want that. They want the movie. They want the movie type.
I'm good.
Yeah.
They want it like how it is on the movie.
I'm paying all this money to parties everywhere because like these parties is not going to give me my degree, and they definitely ain't going to give me my tuition money back.
I watched Stump the Yard.
If I want to go to a party, like, I could just go to one.
I watched Stump the Yard and I didn't like it. I did not like it.
You didn't like it.
I liked
Stump the Yard the movie, I did.
but I didn't
when
like
I first
the studying
that they I was like, I want to have like that type of.
I didn't know.
Poor child.
No. Did you see the studying that they had to do? They was in there working on it. Like they was in there doing like the classroom side, all that. I was thinking about every movie that I ever watched.
Hey, first of all, I think everybody watched Stomp the Yard for Chris Brown, and then he got popped in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I remember.
I was so mad when I seen that. I was like,
I was at the movie. There was a lot of crying.
When I tell you, I was so I was like,
he was killing them though.
Didn't nobody want to watch the movie? I had a lot of. It was the people that left after that. That's it for episode 3. That was a good one. I like that. The HBCUs and the educated Black women and the top Christmas movies. Those are all really good topics, and I think we touched on a lot of things. If you guys in the comment section want to put down anything that you guys want to ask me, Myra, Nick, or Keegan, please just do it. DM us on social medias. I'll have all those under each person's name. And these are, like I said, these are all just our opinion. So, you know, if at the end of the day, if you want to come at me for what I said, you want to come at Keegan for what he said, by all means, do it.
Hey, I've been ready for the smoke.
Hey, we will defend ourselves. No, I'm playing.
No, stay ready, so you got to get ready.
We will.
but at the end of the day, too, like I told you guys earlier, I don't want to say I did say I was easily persuaded, but like, if you have reason behind what you're saying, if you have some facts and you have reason behind what you're saying, I have no problem with agreeing or changing my mindset on things, whatever. Like, it's just the way I was raised, what stuff I've been around, stuff I experienced is why I felt the way I did. So
what they call being open-minded.
And I can change the way I'm thinking about a lot of things. So just as long as you come with facts and you don't try to just persuade me with your opinion, I'll be okay with it. So
don't try to belittle my opinion. Just
exactly based on your opinion. So thank you guys. These 2 episodes, the 2 and 3 will kind of back to back, kind of almost blended in. So make sure if you guys haven't checked out this one, make sure you check out this episode 2. Make sure you guys follow Myra on TikTok. What's your TikTok, Myra?
All social media, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, everything. At Myra and AJ. And Instagram too. Don't forget that. Instagram too. But yeah, y'all follow me on TikTok though. Like,
follow Inside the Chat on TikTok. A lot of these snippets from our episodes will be on there. Make sure we follow Nick on everything that he's on. He's kind of a to himself type guy. He got the best Christmas tree though. I give him that.
You see it?
You see it? You see it in the back?
Y'all see the lights top though. Got the stocking too. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Make sure y'all follow my boy KB on Twitch.
Don't follow me on
Jaboy.
Don't follow me
KB. KB TV. But I appreciate you guys. Myra, you've been one of our top supporters since we first started. That's why you're on the show now.
They want.
They definitely been sharing and liking everything, and we greatly appreciate you for taking time out of your Saturday afternoon, to be with us right now and talk about these sensitive and touchy topics, but also give insight to a lot of things that, you know, us as guys don't ever really think about because we're guys when it comes down to it. So we greatly appreciate it. Make sure, if you guys, like I said, make sure you guys follow all us. Yep. Mm-hmm. And we out. Thank you guys.
We out of here.
I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday weekend.